Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. I really wanted to focus on this little topic here, just more of a quick chit chat and me sharing my thoughts on how God could truly put people in places where other onlookers may feel that you don't belong. I want to share my thoughts about that, and without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Let's go. So, God surely has a funny way in truly showing out. He has a great way in making it clear to others, especially the onlookers that have a lot of negative things to say, that he is God and forever will be God. And that he truly is the one that rules this game. You know, it's funny to me how, some people are so quick to prejudge others just because they don't feel like they look the part to fit their group. When in all actuality, that person probably has more of a spirit of a lion and more drive and resilience like no other that they can't even imagine. They would probably tear them down if they actually ever try standing toe to toe with them. Some people are so quick to prejudge and try to keep individuals out of their circle because they are often afraid of what could be brought to the forefront about them in terms of what they are dealing with in their everyday existence. Sometimes people are afraid of the actual spotlight being shined on them. And they may fear the fact that this individual may just do just that. They may in some way cause that light to be shined on them, which would then reveal who they truly are as an individual to the others a part of this group as well. You see, things happen for a reason. People are put in place for a reason. It could be people that you've never known, that you're meeting for the first time. Or it could just be certain scenarios to pop up that you thought may have fell to the wayside for some time. And somehow it just came back to revisit you when you thought it was actually all gone. That too. See, what people fail to realize is that when it comes to God, when it comes to karma doesn't lose an address. Do know that. And that whole saying of whatever is done in the dark will come to light. If you think it's not true, just try God. As I said in the previous video, you might not want to. I say all this to say, this is why one should never judge a book by its cover. Again, people are put into places or alongside other people for a reason. It's something a lot deeper than what's on the surface. It's something that's a lot deeper that you probably could never understand. You probably would never understand why God might pair someone up with this individual, because you're always focused on the exterior, what's on the physical. Oh, this man is of another ethnic group. This man is white, while this woman is of African American descent. Oh my gosh, this man is much older than this young lady. How could they possibly fall for one another? You have to understand it's a lot deeper when it comes to certain examples, where it's a lot deeper than what's on the physical. It's the spiritual. It could be something that this person sees in this individual that you don't see because it wasn't meant for you to see. God meant for them to see it. And who are you to judge and try to intervene and mess that up? See, that's where karma comes in. Karma doesn't lose addresses. Please hear me when I say that. And this is just an example I'm throwing out here. But please do understand, karma does not lose an address. If you don't understand why certain things are planning out in certain scenarios, it's for a reason. It's not meant for you to understand. It's meant for the individuals who are a part of that scenario to only understand. And that's all that matters. In other words, mind the business that pays you. I was trying to think of a nicer way to say it. I just need to say it. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm not being so cautious with my words. I only be cautious with my words because I try to take into consideration that this might hurt someone's feelings. As I mentioned to you guys in previous videos, I have a soft spot, but sometimes I can really shoot from the hip like no other. I'm working on that, I promise I am. But do know when I do the stuff I do say it with love. I genuinely do try to say it with love. But sometimes when the daggers need to come out and I need to aim for that target, I'm coming for it. I'm gonna go for it regardless. So, yeah. The reason I bring this up because I can think back to times where I may have noticed certain scenarios where you see people who connect, who link up, whether it may be a relationship, maybe it's a business venture, things of that nature. You're thinking like, wow, that is a really odd pairing, or wow, that's a very odd group of individuals from different walks of life. You know, again, using the example I mentioned, you may see a couple. And I've actually seen a few couples like this recently, which is so funny we're talking about this, where, you know, as an example, I'm just thinking of an example that most people will be like clutching at their pearls for. Like if there's an interracial couple where, like, let's say the guy is a Caucasian American and the woman happens to be African American, right? Or maybe the guy is much older than her, like probably twice her age, and she is of course her age, right? Mind you, he may be running a multitude of businesses, and she may be someone works in the corporate space in some form or another. But yet, with their differences, somehow is what brings them closer together. And it's something that they both love. You said as an example. Now, you know, I say mind the business that pays you because what these individuals choose to do, that's not anything for you to worry about. It's only for what God chooses to do with it, or why God chose to bring these people together. There has to be a stronger reason behind it that you, with your natural eye, can never understand. And for anyone who tries to tread on that and try to divert that, because you don't even know what type of plan he may have for those individuals, and if you try to intervene and mess that up, that's going to mess things up in your everyday existence. You're going to regret ever doing it, or attempting to do it, I should say. Because do understand, even with your attempts in doing so, it's not going to throw it off the plan that God has for those individuals, whatever it may be. If anything, it may cause like a little minor block, a little roadblock. But I can assure you, those two individuals that you're staring down and you're wondering like, how could this even be possible? They'll both be able to jump over that block and continue to move forward on the path that God has laid out for them. Do know that. What are you guys' thoughts about that? When it comes to the notion that God truly is in control of everything in terms of our everyday existence, and that he will in fact put you or put others in places that most may feel that they don't belong. You know, same can be said even about you as an individual. You might find yourself in a space or in a new role and you're thinking like, God, how did this even happen? You know, when it comes to work, or maybe you might move into a new location, like, God, how was that even possible? How did I even get here? I mean, you're thankful for it, but you're wondering like, how did this even come about? Like, because you probably never would have thought in a million years that you would be able to accomplish that thing, whether it be to take on that new role or to move into that new location, but somehow God made it possible for you. That's what I meant to say. Think of those examples of when you've encountered that and you're like, wow, it was nothing but God that made this possible. I would like to hear you guys' thoughts. As always, definitely continue to send those messages. I do get the emails and the DMs, so definitely keep them coming. Or feel free to leave your examples in the comments section below. I know some people kind of shy away from doing it because I know there's a whole thing with spammers and things like that, where they're putting up these WhatsApp numbers and all that jazz. I've seen that as well. just know that I'm keeping my eyes peeled on it, and if I see anything that looks concerning, I'll definitely get rid of it. But yeah, just keep your comments coming. You know, the other platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, email, it's completely fine as well. So yeah, in that case, oh, I wanted to point out consultations are still open, so definitely reach out if it is something you would like to take on. But until next time, definitely sending you guys with love and light, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.